Hi, everybody. Here we are behind the scenes at Your Teen, and we're seeing leaves turning. Yeah, that means summer's over. And I actually really love fall, but it's so scary right now because we know what winter means if you live in a place where winter keeps you indoors. Anyway, we're going to do one last shout out to the things that we enjoyed in summer during this insanity. Um, Mine, I guess, is a love hate kind of thing because the first go round with my kids home was like for someone who sees the glass half full, they would call it a B experience. But for someone who sees the glass half empty, they'd call it a D. And so my kids all came home. They all returned for the Jewish holidays, and we get most improved as a family. So it was delightful having everyone home, and everyone enjoyed each other's company. And so I'm going to only remember that, and I am going to gloss over that other experience. And when someone says, "How did your family do during COVID?" I'm going to say, "We were amazing. We all loved being together so much." Okay. Who's next? How about Jen?
The best thing for me, I fell in love with my bike again this summer. I don't think I had ridden a bike in a couple of years, probably. And I had a couple of really nice bike rides where I just felt like I was in the flow. Like I was happy. I wasn't unhappy and I wasn't happy. I was just being. And that to me that's like the pinnacle of what you can expect to get out of a good summertime activity. So, I mean, yes, there were great things we did that were fun with family, but in terms of a personal highlight, I'm just going to remember how great it felt to just be carefree on my bike like a kid again. That was the perfect one for me. Eka, how about you?
Oh, we had this one perfect day, which was Father's Day. My girls came home and they had said, "What does Dad want?" What? And I was like, honestly, we just want to see you. So they just came home for just the day because they were afraid they were going to bring something home. And my youngest daughter actually had a COVID test before she came home, and my oldest daughter she made breakfast, and it was just a perfect day. And I can't even tell you what we did, but it just felt normal and awesome. And that to me was the epitome of like everything that was happening for the summer for me. Emily?
So we got into this family golfing habit on Sunday evenings, and we would go at like 5 o'clock, the whole family, and then pick up dinner carry out on the way home. And it was a really great little family tradition. And even though it's going to be 103 here today in Southern California, so it still feels like summer, it's getting dark really early. So, and the kids are in virtual school, but they do have homework. And I have a senior who's trying to figure out college applications. And so I do feel like our availability to do that kind of leisurely activity as a family, it has changed a little bit with the arrival of the season of fall, even if we're not having the weather of fall. How about Sharon?
Okay. Well, my birthday was in early August, and what I really wanted to do was go paddle boarding. There's a park near us, not super near, but it's an easy trip that has kayak rentals and paddleboard rentals, and then there's a swimming area. And we went there, and it was so much fun. It was just not all of us had done it before, but everybody was like laughing and falling in the water on purpose. And then after the paddleboarding, we let the kids go swimming, and they were so happy. It was like we took them on vacation. It was like they appreciated this outing because we've done so little. And it was so much fun that the last weekend in September, it was 80 degrees again. So we actually went paddleboarding at the same place, and the leaves were starting to change, and it was kind of surreal being on the water in a bathing suit and seeing like the beginnings of orange leaves. But again, it was just so great, and it was such a nice way to extend summer and feel like we're a little farther away still from the cold weather. So that was great. Jody?
Sorry, I had my mute button on. Boy, so many things come to mind, but I think I just want to capture one moment when we got a fire pit, and I will say that it is a rare thing when anyone in our family is home for the summer because we tend to scatter and do different things. And we were sitting around the fire pit one night in the middle of the summer, and my son just looked up and said, "Who would have thought that we would all be sitting here in the summer?" And we all just kind of laughed, and it was just one of those, like, yes, we're capturing this moment, and here we are. And you know, we've had a ton of moments at the fire pit sitting around that since then, but it was just, I think, kind of what Eka said, just this like weird normal not normal kind of thing where we're all like, okay, but this is cool, we're here, it's good, and let's get on with, you know, let's move on. So it was just memorable. How about you, Jessica?
So I actually moved in August, so I'm I guess a new life stage for me. Moved out in a new house, which, you know, was definitely the most exciting thing to happen, but with no vacations or no anything else happening.
Okay, Stephanie made a comment, yay for the fire pit. So I was thinking we should bring her on. Does anybody have quick access to the link? She can come on and tell us what her...
Yeah, I have the link.
For most of us, the story was around family, which is just such a telling of this whole experience and how, you know, it's like we're really going back to the little things, not the little things, but the things we maybe overlook in the chaos of our lives. This is a time. I know there's like a weird feeling of slowing down, but I don't know. I don't feel slower. They're just, the days like morph into the next day. It's just so hard to keep them apart. So those special moments are, you know, they're really something to treasure. And Stephanie has declined to join us, but maybe next week she'll get on with us. And yay for the fire pit. I want to get one. Anyway,
It's hard to find.
Yeah, good luck.
They're hard to find that, and
Patio
also
heaters.
patio heaters. All that stuff is really hard to find right now.
I know we got a patio heater a while ago, and then I just realized it really isn't big enough. I need a second one, and they're gone. They're all.
Yeah. This summer, nobody could get the trampoline or the swimming pool. Now you can't get the fire pit. I just think now you go get your cross country skis is what I'm going to tell you.
Yeah, everyone's trying to hang out outside as long as possible, but yeah, that's all done.
Yeah, I mean, the heater will give us another few weeks, but one is not enough to really make it like winter. But maybe does the fire pit give you, like, can you go out there longer?
You can. I mean, I think, you know, it just depends on what throws warmth, but you know, there are blankets and jackets, and it's still outside, and you know, so there are ways and there are ways. So.
You know, in London, they have these heaters outside at restaurants, and people eat out in the coldest weather. So it's doable. I think we're going to have to figure this one out. And Emily's here thinking, not me.
Yeah, she just needs it.
Well, you know, when we were on vacation, I took a blanket with me to every restaurant, and I wrapped myself up in a blanket while we were eating outside.
Congratulations, Nana. You just became an old lady.
I don't even care, man.
I'm totally doing that, by the way. That's an awesome idea.
I mean, you know what? I had like no shame. I didn't even care. And you know, and the thing is, I thought, oh, it's going to be weird, but the restaurants were offering clean blankets.
Okay, that's great.
That's what they do in Denmark.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Yeah, they offer you they're like, these are newly washed blankets.
Yeah.
So
You eat outside. We ate outside on New Year's Eve 3 years ago in Copenhagen.
Oh, look who came.
Stephanie, we're talking summer, you know, last shout out for something that was really meaningful. So what do you want to share?
I would say, yeah, everybody just being outside around the fire pit with the dog, lots of hiking. Yeah, and I will say about the fire pit and extending summer, yeah, we've got a fire pit, we've got a heat lamp, we've got lots of blankets, we've got a porch that you can access right from there, but my goal is to be out there for as long as possible. I was out last night and it got cold, but we were around the fire. It was fine. I have a friend who used to joke because I love the pool in the summer, and our community pool wasn't open this summer, but the joke is I'm always there when they blow that final whistle, Labor Day weekend, and they say that they're going to come back in the spring. I'm going to be there with like cobwebs on me and stuff, but I would have just squatted at the pool the whole winter. So that's my goal, that people are going to find me. I'm going to be like that final scene, and I think it's The Shining, and Jack Nicholson like all frozen. That's going to be me in my backyard. I'm holding on as long as possible.
All right. Well, for those people who are going to be confronting colder weather, we're there with you. And for those people who aren't, Emily is there for you. So everyone have a great week. Thanks for being here with us.